Hi, I'm Pete, and this is my early impressions of the Master Mixup cubes from limCube. Now, I've skipped the unboxing for this video so I can show you more of my impressions, but here's what the box looks like. They come in this rather attractive box. It says Master Mixup Cube in English, and it says that in Chinese. So if you know what that says, you could tell me. Don't say Master Mixup Cube though. Anyway, this is from limCube, which is, I guess, a brand of funds puzzle, or FangShi. And that's about all that's on the box. There's a little peephole window that really doesn't show you much of the puzzle, and for that reason they actually have these Roman numerals for the different puzzle types on the box. Now, the only other information they give you, they say, let me translate that into Canadian English. It says, don't put it in your mouth, the puzzle, and don't choke on it. It's good advice for pretty much anything. And don't dismantle a cube by force. Well, that's, yeah, you don't want to do that. Made in China, and that's where all the good puzzles come from. Okay, so that's it. Now, I showed you the Roman numeral. And these puzzles came in boxes numbered 1, 2, and 4. I don't know what happened to 3. I'm just assuming that 3 hasn't been released yet. I don't know if they're planning to or not. And I'm just going to guess that 3 would be, instead of the one stripe of wide pieces, they'd have 2 stripes of wide pieces. But who knows? So here are the Master Mixup cubes. If you want to compare the size to a standard Rubik's Cube, there you go. Very, very large puzzles. And in fact, if we compare them to the original Mixup Plus, this is the WitEden, you can see that they're quite a bit larger than even the original WitEden puzzles. They are large puzzles. Now, there's an advantage to having a large puzzle. I think just from a mechanical point of view, it's much easier to turn them. You have a whole lot more to grip, and you can apply quite a bit more force. And it probably makes for the pieces, they don't have to be quite so small. Of course, the downside to having such a giant puzzle like this is I'm not even sure I'd be able to take this on an airplane in my pocket, right? It's just really, really big. Anyway, I got the set. Of course, this was really a very easy decision for me. As soon as they came on to the HK Now store as a pre-order, I ordered them, and it really didn't take very long at all to get them. Now, back to the Mixup Plus series. This has got to be one of the best series that's ever been released, in my opinion. I just love these puzzles. I think this was the first set of puzzles I got, and the turning quality was really, really good for this entire series. Now, to be fair, these puzzles have had many, many hours of play, so they do turn very, very smoothly. So keep that in mind as you see me turning the newer puzzles, which haven't been broken in yet. Now, after WitEden came out with the Mixup Plus, they actually went back and produced the Oscar's Mixup series. Now, this series is actually very nice. The puzzles were great, except that they had there was one piece inside the puzzles that wasn't finished very well. It had a giant sprue on it. It was a tiny little piece, and it really caused a lot of jams and pops, especially with the more complex variants of this of the regular mix-up puzzle. So that was a bit disappointing. I was able to go in and fix that problem, but the reassembly of these puzzles is a really daunting thing. It's quite a complicated thing to reassemble them after they've been taken apart. So I imagine a lot of people were just left disappointed. I was able to get them all turning quite nicely, but it did kind of take a little bit of the shine off of WitEden, because their previous puzzles were so good. So now we have the limCube puzzle, and this is called a Master Mixup. Now, the main difference, besides it being physically much larger, is, and I'll actually compare the two corresponding types. is that instead of turning 45 degrees, these puzzles turn 30 degrees, or so I'm told. Anyway, they turn 30 degrees. So what you end up with is, let's see here. There we go. So, you know, these are still, I'm still learning how to operate these puzzles. You'll hear it kind of fairly a bit of it's catchy, but it's not impossible to turn. As they say, you can generate a fair bit of force on there. So this is what it looks like when it's turned in the mix-up manner. Whereas this one, if I turn the corresponding, well, I don't know if I can. If I turn the corresponding position, you see that the corner, or sorry, the edge ends up at where a center should be. Whereas on this puzzle, the edge ends up off to one side, and you end up with a couple of the just the regular pieces, I guess inner edge pieces where the center should be. So this really changes things. And in my initial impressions, I've been able to figure out a couple of things. One of them is that my main algorithm that I use to flatten these inner edge pieces, when you first scramble the puzzle, these little pieces get swapped around, and so some of them are sticking up. And the main algorithm that I use to flatten those, it doesn't really work. I was able to make a bit of a change to it, and I got it to work, but it also dislodged some other pieces. So that's going to be my first priority. Really, before I can solve this, I need to be able to flatten those inner edge pieces. And then the whole question about how to put dislodged pieces, because for example, now if I turn that down and that down, so now I've got this group of pieces, and if I want to reassemble that, I'm going to have a method to put it back. The method that I developed for the Mixup Plus and the Mixup cubes is pretty straightforward, of finding a hole and just kind of doing a swap. So yeah, it's nice to have this new set of puzzles. So how about that turning? You'll see that I'm kind of struggling just a wee bit, but it's not as bad as it looks, and I don't think that it's any worse than the Mixup Plus series, especially the higher order ones. Sorry, the higher order ones were when I first got them. The 3x3 turning is just as nice. This one's fairly tight, and I don't know, how you adjust it. I haven't really looked at that yet. I haven't tried to open it up. But if I look at, say, this one right here, which has some bigger pieces, it's much looser. Okay. Now I haven't put any lube on the this one and this one, and I'm just waiting to see what the lube does. I put a little bit of lube on the inner pieces of the Type 1. So this one really turns very smoothly, and it sort of gives me some encouragement that maybe the whole series will turn like this. This is, I would say, equivalent to what any of the WitEden mix-ups, how they turn. I have read that some people, at least for the Type 1, have complained that it is catchy. This is the Type 1, and it makes sense. It's got the most pieces. The slice turn is really quite good too. It in some directions, in other directions it may be just a little more snaggy. But overall, it seems, for such a big puzzle with so many pieces moving, I'm certainly satisfied with the turning on it. Now, where things get a little more dodgy is just it's the mix-up turns, and I'm not really sure what what more could be done. There's no adjustment mechanism. There's no clicking mechanism, which I think I prefer. I like it that way, but it does make it a little harder to set things up. And until you get used to the reference, which are the two sets of wider pieces, lining them up with the two sets of smaller pieces, until you get used to that, it is, I think, maybe a little off-putting, a little difficult to see exactly how you how you line it up. But you can do some really interesting things like that, and like that. And I don't want to get too far along here because, as I say, I really don't have a good algorithm for turning this back into a cube. And I think that before I experiment with it, that I would really want to have that sorted out before I go too far. Otherwise, I can figure out other things on the fly, but I think that one, I really want to be able to flatten the pieces. So that's it. So as you see, it's really not bad. I've played with this for, you know, certainly not an hour. And it's already showed some signs of improvement. I will be looking for a way to loosen things up just a little wee bit without damaging anything. My experience with the Mixup cubes is that they did loosen up after a while. The Mixup Plus, they just loosened up naturally over time, just with a lot of play, because there's a lot of turning you do to solve these things. So this is the type 1, and the color scheme is, some people don't like it. I think it's fine. So it's gray opposite yellow, so that's obviously different from a Rubik's Cube, and it's pink opposite red, which I rather like, and then a more conventional green opposite a darker blue, and I like the darker blue, the light baby blue of the early ones. Maybe not so much. I'm not quite as dark as that one. So I guess every manufacturer puts their own spin on things. So this is the one I played with the most, and the one I tried, because it's probably the hardest one, I would say. Though, you know, that one might be a challenge as well. I was able to do the flipping of the edge, which is really important, where you flip. You basically flip a couple edges around. I was able to get that to work. And I was able to get that to work on this one as well. And this one, you see this little blocking piece here. This, you can't initially get anything to move, and at first it may seem like you can't move these pieces, but you actually can. You just have to move that thing out of the way, and then you can move it out of the way there. You can move it out of the way. I don't know what you'd call it. Just blocking center. And then you see you can separate the layers, no problem, right? And this one turns quite nicely too. A little more snaggy maybe on the outer layers. But imagine this isn't even scrambled yet. This is just a little taste of what it will look like. So these things that block, as I say, I found. Tried a couple algorithms, and I had to adjust how I turn things to get it all to work. So let's see, what am I going to do here? Okay. Sort of. I don't want it scrambled. So you can hear there's a little bit of crunchiness, but the large size of this puzzle is really what's going to help you through that. And I think a little lube maybe. And I think these will be turning just smoothly after a couple of solves, probably. Now, stickering, you know, limCubes usually puts pretty high quality stickers on there. A lot of bubbles on this, about the same as WitEden. Their puzzles used to come with bubbles. I'm wondering how well these little tiny stickers will hold up, but you know, it's hard to say, right? It's really hard to say. But they shouldn't be too hard to replace. And other than that, you know, the stickering seems to be nice. They're all on there, nice and straight and centered. So I appreciate that. That to me is an attention to detail. And so far, all the puzzles I've gotten from limCube have been like that. So that's really it. I'm really happy I got this set, and I spent a bit of money on them. I ordered the whole set without really knowing anything about them, other than it was a new type of Mixup cube. So I'm glad that I got these, and I'm glad they seem to be really high quality. It's going to be a very interesting solving challenge. And it's sort of some new territory. It's really hard to believe that I have yet another Mixup cube after all these years. I've spent many very fun hours solving these and trying to work my way through some things. So I'm looking forward to starting again, and who knows how many different variants are going to come up with for the Master Mixup set. Well, that's it for my early impressions of the Mixup Plus series from limCube. As always, I appreciate your questions, your suggestions, your comments. This time I've tried a different format by skipping the unboxing part of the video, so let me know how you feel about that in the comments section. Do you like to see the unboxing part, or is it okay to just skip right past it? Let me know, and until next time, thanks for watching. Alright, here we go. Master Mixup Cube, take one. 3, 2, 1. Oops, just a sec. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Pete, and this is a impressions of the... Alright, let's try it again. Alright, here we go. Master Mixup Cube, take one. Take two. No, it's take two. It's take two. 3. Aw, man. Alright, here we go. This is the Master Mixup Cube impressions, take 3. 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Pete, and this is a first impressions video, and this is my first... Alright, let's keep rolling, keep rolling. 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Pete, and this is my impressions of the Master Mixup Cubes from limCube. limCube? limCube. limCube. Yeah. limCube. Okay, 3, 2, no, let's try it again. Alright, this is the impressions. This is the impressions of the Master Mixup Cubes from limCube. Fun's puzzle. FangShi. FangShi? Yeah. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Just a sec. It must be FangShi. Okay. Anyway. Alright, here we go. Oh, man. 3, 2, 1. Let's try this again. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Pete, and this is my initial impressions. Not initial impressions, my impressions. First, alright, early impressions. Alright, here we go. This is take 17. This is the keeper. 3, 2. Just hit the camera. Alright, take 17. Keep rolling. 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Pete, and this is my early impressions of the Master Mixup Cubes from limCube. So these are the puzzles right here. I just got 3 of them as a set, and I've had a little bit of chance to let's try that again. All right, here we go. This is take 19. This is gonna work. This is gonna be the one. This is the keeper. Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. One of the very first sets I got was the WitEden Mixup Plus series, which have this wonderful characteristic of having a 45-degree turn besides 90-degree turns, and wow, I blew that one. Alright, well, let's try again. Alright, well, this is take 23 of the Master Mixup, so we'll do it. 3, 2, 1.